Hello readers, and happy Resurrection Day / Easter. I am so excited to be doing this. It will be Easter in a couple days. It's going to be fantastic. What better book to review than a very bookish Easter? I mean, it's perfect. You couldn't ask for a better book, I don't think. I mean, except the Bible, of course. So I'm super excited to share this with you. And if you are brand new, thank you so much for stopping in. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single review. And if you enjoy this, give it a like and feel free to comment. I would love to hear from you. So let's go ahead and get started. A Very Bookish Easter is by Kelsey Bryant, and it features the work of Kelsey Bryant, Abigail Clare, Sarah Holman, and Kate Willis. This was published March 1st of 2023, so it's brand new. There are 275 pages, 4 short stories, about 68 pages per story, and the average reading time is 5 hours and 30 minutes. This will fall under Christian fiction, contemporary fiction, anthologies, and retellings like on classic stories. And here's where this review gets a bit different. Instead of reading the entire synopsis, I'm only going to read a chunk of it. When I go through each story, I'm going to read the synopsis for that particular story. 4 classic-inspired Easter stories full of hope, faith, and the miracle of resurrection. The first story is The Prayer Garden by Kelsey Bryant. She is also the author of The Promise of Acorns and the Six Cousins series. Nairi moves when she loses her job, hoping to reconnect with herself and her grandmother in time for Easter. When she stumbles upon a hidden garden, she discovers just how much she's been missing. The Prayer Garden is inspired by The Secret Garden. There was so much I loved about this. First and foremost, The Secret Garden references were so good. They made me want to reread The Secret Garden. It's been forever since I visited it, and I need to reread this. I found the story very moving and heartfelt. The Christian content was excellent. I love the theme of just letting go of depending on yourself and your strength and just surrendering everything to God. So that was very relatable, and the way it was presented, it was just amazing. Connor and Nairi, they were so cute, and I'm not much of a plant person, but the garden sounded gorgeous. There's only a couple things I did not like. Aside from the grandma, I did not care for Nairi's family at all. The ending was a little too abrupt for me, and it definitely left me wanting more. So overall, this was beautiful, springy, very uplifting, and perfectly bookish. The second story is Lilies and Thorns by Abigail Clare. Abigail is also the author of Behind the Act and the Martin Generations series. Felicity goes out of her comfort zone and invites Adam Moore to Easter service, but their business rivalry has him ready to prove her evangelization wrong. Lilies and Thorns was inspired by Romeo and Juliet. To start with, the coffee shop vibe thing was really fun. As I read more and I explore with different genres and tropes and everything, I found that I really do like the coffee shop thing. It's fun. I like coffee. And Felicity was really relatable in the way of not being super social, a bit awkward, and also fighting your comfort zone. And the awkward dinner scene was very fun. That's all I want to say for that one. I think my biggest hang up with this book was I had trouble connecting this to the Romeo and Juliet. I haven't read that since my high school days, so any references was totally over my head. Unless they were like plainly stated references, I got some of those, but otherwise I missed it. So that was on me and my own experience. I think with all of these, it really helps if you're familiar with the stories you're inspired by. It'll enhance the reading experience tenfold. I guarantee that, because I noticed a trend for the other stories where I had the same issue. Aside from that, Felicity's family was the worst. I hated them, and that's a strong word, but I could not stand them. The mom was super just annoying, overbearing, and the dad had no backbone. I didn't really care much for Adam. He was kind of a jerk, and as one who has been in the customer service field, I think he was wrong to judge Felicity on that one part in the book. Overall, family drama was fun, and I liked the strangers to friends. I liked that romance was not a focal point in this. Our third story is An Easter Canticle by Sarah Holman, and she also authored For My Good and the Kate's Case File series. Samuel is haunted by his past and unsettled by the present, but as the Easter season begins, Ellie could show him what his future could be. And An Easter Canticle was inspired by A Christmas Carol. Right away, I was very intrigued to see how Sarah would pull off combining A Christmas Carol with Easter. I was like, okay, let's do this. And you know what? I was not disappointed. The connections with The Christmas Carol, they were amazing. I am very familiar with The Christmas Carol, so it was super easy for me to connect the dots and everything. So that, like I said, it really improved my reading experience. I loved how the past, present, and future, the ghosts, if you will, were presented. I thought that was very clever. I love the themes of letting go of the past, not dwelling too much on the future, and just living in the present. And the theme of forgiving others and forgiving yourself was so good. This was really a beautiful, beautiful story. My dislikes. Once again, I despise the mother. She was the ultimate jerk in this. Every single mom in these stories, they're either not in the picture or they're horrible people. What's up with that? Anyway, I despise this mom. She was a prize winner of guilt trips, and the conclusion was very unsatisfactory. I mean, it was a nice ending, don't get me wrong, very nice, but it left one very important conflict unresolved. The author also has like a companion sort of to go with this called Fanny's Hope Chest. I totally want to read that as well. So overall, very encouraging and well written. And again, nicely bookish. And our final story is called Addie's Mountain, and it's by Kate Willis. And you may remember one of her other books was featured on my channel. Red Boots was during our Christmas bookathon. And she also has Enjoy the Poodle Skirts and the Arrows and Archers series. Addie hopes for a fresh start when she and her family moves to the mountains to live with grandfather, but some wounds seem too deep to heal, even at Easter. Addie's Mountain was inspired by Heidi. I am ashamed to say that I have never read Heidi before. However, the book is on the way as I speak. I ordered a copy because I really, really wanted to read it. And so, again, any bookish references are over my head, which again, that kind of messed up with the whole bookish essence of the story. So that was kind of a damper. But this was still a really fun book. Super cozy. You had the country setting, the small town, life on the farm with kittens, and there's calves. It's just adorable. I really loved the sister relationship between Claire and Addie. It was very sweet. And the ending, very, very satisfying. Now, on the other hand, there was a lot of things that weren't really explained. I won't go into all those again, Goodreads spoilers, but there was just a lot of things that were either hinted at, mentioned in passing, and I didn't really get a full backstory on things, so that was kind of confusing. Again, that could be all part of the references to Heidi. Who knows? So the entire book, A Very Bookish Easter, was most enjoyable. I really, really had fun reading it. My rating, I'm going to give this 4 out of 5 stars. Very enjoyable, encouraging. I love the book references that I did get. I do recommend this as an Easter read and all year round, but especially Easter because, it's Easter. If you enjoy Christian fiction, anthologies, if you like any of the stories that inspired these stories, The Secret Garden, Heidi, Romeo and Juliet, and The Christmas Carol, definitely give this one a read. I hope you all have a blessed and wonderful Easter Resurrection Day, that you get to spend time with your family, and just take a moment to soak in the hope of Easter. So until our next review, happy reading!